Calculated plan put into action.
10 shots fired inside the lunchroom at Antioch High School in less than 20 seconds.
He was a monster, just killing people.
Police revealing more about their investigation.
A shooter influenced by material he found online.
Now a call for Metro leaders to do more to protect our children.
Dr. Battle, do you still have confidence in the AI gun technology?
Team coverage as Fox 17 News at 9 starts now.
Middle Tennessee's only primetime news. This is Fox 17 News at 9, your Code Red station.
Start with breaking news tonight in the deadly Antioch High School shooting. Metro Police now releasing what happened leading up to the gunfire.
Investigators say the gunman in this case, Solomon Henderson, entered the school with a plan. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar now live in Antioch with what she has uncovered tonight.
Scott, we learned Solomon Henderson was brought to Antioch High School by his mom, and the gun was purchased by someone in Arizona. It was not reported stolen, and we also know more about what led up to the gunfire. A community shattered over 17-year-old Solomon Henderson's actions. Here at Antioch High School, Metro Police say Henderson fired 10 shots 17 seconds after entering the high school cafeteria, killing student Jocelyn Correa Escalante, wounding another student, then killing himself.
When it was happening, I thought that I was gonna die.
Valeria Martinez says she knew Henderson and says she couldn't believe the violence she was watching this normally quiet teen unleash.
Shot the girl twice. I saw when she fell.
Metro Police revealed Henderson posted photos online from inside the restroom shortly before the attack. This photo, given to Fox 17 News, seems to be in line with what police are saying. Police searched Henderson's home Wednesday and found 2 writings believed to have been created by him. We obtained 2 documents as well, one 288 pages in length and the other around 50 pages, matching what police officers say they found online. Some of the excerpts from the 288-page document reads, quote, "The shooting will happen next Thursday," end quote. And quote, "My goal is to kill at least 10 people," end quote. Police tell us Henderson was influenced by harmful online material. Martinez remains in disbelief.
It's scary and traumatizing. He just looks so innocent that, like, you wouldn't have ever thought that he would do something like that.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions, but what we do know is that Henderson left behind a lot of sorrow that you can see here at this memorial. Teddy bears, flowers, and a card in the victim's honor. Reporting live in Antioch, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
We continue our team coverage tonight as we start to learn more about that teenage girl who died in the shooting. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chin speaking with the family of Jocelyn Correa Escalante.
Jocelyn's aunt tells me there are no words to describe the deep pain the family is going through right now, but she says she has God to thank for being with them during this difficult time.
Jocelyn Correa Escalante was just 16 years old, who had a whole life ahead of her. Jocelyn's aunt, Eugenia Escalante, lives in Guatemala and says she made everyone smile.
She was a very active kid. She liked to participate in church since she was a kid.
Eugenia says Jocelyn and her family moved to the United States 8 years ago in hopes of a better future.
She was like a daughter since she was an infant. Even with the distance, she was always very close to us. She called every day saying, "I love you," and us too.
Eugenia says she last spoke with her niece on Tuesday and was in complete shock when she found out Jocelyn didn't make it home from Antioch High School.
I couldn't believe it, really. I couldn't believe it.
Eugenia says she'll miss everything about her niece and says Jocelyn's parents are destroyed right now. If Eugenia had the chance to say one more thing to Jocelyn,
I love you with all my heart.
Jocelyn's family says they are very grateful for the outpouring of support they've received since Wednesday. Reporting in the studio, I'm Amanda Chin, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Continuing coverage now as we investigate how Solomon Henderson got that gun inside the school. As Fox 17 News' Madeline Nolan shows us, the weapons detection system at Antioch High failed to identify his weapon.
That system was installed and properly functioning, according to Metro school officials. But of those who I talked to in the security field, they do tell me that OmniAlert has a long history of giving out false positives. But no one is denying the fact that this system did not work in detecting the gun that was used in Wednesday's mass shooting. Dr. Battle, do you still have confidence in the AI gun technology OmniAlert that is currently in all of these Metro public schools, but even though it did not detect that weapon yesterday?
We still have a high confidence level around all of our safety and security measures.
Wednesday, 17-year-old Solomon Henderson walked into the cafeteria at Antioch High School, pulled out a pistol, opening fire, killing one student and wounding another, all before killing himself.
There's no foolproof solutions for any of this, but this is one extra step.
That one extra step to enhance security failed. OmniAlert uses artificial intelligence to detect weapons through systems of cameras. That technology was installed in all Metro public schools in 2024. The company states on their website that as soon as a weapon is detected, the tech is supposed to set off safety systems and notify first responders within seconds.
In this instance, based on the shooter's location, in proximity to the cameras, and it wasn't close enough to get an accurate read and to activate that alarm. The system was activated by police when they brandished their weapons.
Metro Nashville Public Schools said because this system is not foolproof, they do have other safety and security protocols in place.
We have AI systems to get into the front door, so you have to check in. We have security vestibules. We have shatter-resistant film. We have SROs. We have safety and security drills and plans.
None of which protected 16-year-old Jocelyn Correa Escalante. Metro Nashville Public Schools were not able to tell me how many cameras were a part of this system in the cafeteria, but I was able to find out that they are spending about $1 million on a 2-year contract with OmniAlert. In Nashville, I'm Madeline Nolan, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Well, with the debate reigniting over weapon detections in schools, we want to know what you think. Should all Tennessee high schools be required to have metal detectors? 643 votes have come in. 85.7% of respondents say yes, 14.3% say no. This poll is live right now. To cast your vote, you can scan the QR code on your screen or go to our X page, which is at Fox Nashville, and we'll show you updated poll results here tonight on Fox 17 News at 9.
And if you'd like to hear from more of the witnesses inside Antioch High School when those deadly shots rang out, go to the Fox Nashville YouTube channel, and while you're there, we invite you to become a subscriber.
A pleasant day today, and you said we're in for a bit of a surprise.
A little bit of chilly air for tomorrow. We have a front coming through right now and may end up seeing a few flurries tonight.
Oh, come on.
That'd be a surprise.
The heat wave lasted for a minute.
Yeah, and it's not going to be very long. What we do see here, I'm not seeing very much from our Broadway camera. The radar picture is showing something different, which I'll show you here in just a second. Overcast skies, our temperature sitting at 38. And again, even if we are to see some flurries, I don't expect it to bring any impact for tomorrow morning, but radar definitely shows at least some of these flurries around as the front continues to work its way through the area. A little closer to home, you can see them flying about. Now, some of these are likely just above us and not reaching the surface, but I wouldn't be surprised if we are finding a few near Dickson to Centerville over to Columbia and then out towards the plateau, making it to the ground. Again, it won't amount to much as far as the impact goes. As far as temperatures go tonight, it's going to be a cold one. We're down to about 20 degrees here in Nashville, Dickson around 19, Cookeville at 20 degrees with Murfreesboro around 21. Will be quite chilly for us here, a little closer in. We're looking at Mount Juliet, Lebanon, Springfield, all hovering in the upper teens to around 20. We'll talk more about this brief cool down that we have on the way for tomorrow, and then when we'll see temperatures reach 50 degrees. That'll be feeling quite nice. That coming up in your Fox 17 Code Red forecast.
Katie, thank you. Also ahead, making mobile metal detectors readily available, the new push by Tennessee state lawmakers.
Well, using every resource possible, the role the FBI will play in the deadly school shooting investigation.
As the Mid-State continues to try to process what happened yesterday at Antioch High School, state lawmakers are now considering funding metal detectors for half the state.
Fox 17 News' Dennis Ferrier has more on the bill getting a lot of attention.
The bill would help provide 3 portable metal detectors to law enforcement in each of the 47 economically distressed counties. The kind of metal detector which could have prevented yesterday's shooting. No metal detector at Antioch High School. A weapons detection system that failed. There is a new state bill that would allow law enforcement in 47 different Tennessee counties to acquire 3 state-of-the-art metal detectors with state-of-the-art weapons detection systems, all portable. Paul Capu is a school safety advocate and a metal detector security camera expert. He has met with every sheriff's department in the state.
We're not saying that every school has to have a metal detector. What we're trying to do with this bill is to say that every school should at least have access to it, right? Because the SR officers are going to know when there's a threat, if there's a threat, and where they feel they need to move the equipment.
So you move the equipment to the threat ahead of time.
Correct. If you're going to have a rivalry football game, if you're going to have a graduation.
The bill actually passed the legislature last year, but failed to get through budget.
So ordered.
It now has a slightly different reach and price tag. $2 million for this pilot program.
Walk-through metal detectors offer a flexible and adaptable tool.
Co-sponsor Senator Janice Bowling from Tullahoma.
$2 million in a $55 billion budget is not a rounding error. And $2 million could save the lives of many children, and it would cover a half of Tennessee.
The 3 metal detectors per county will only be offered to the poorest Tennessee counties. But if it's a success, it could be expanded to reach all students everywhere.
This is a no-brainer idea because we don't have all of these kinds of issues at places where they have metal detectors.
Capu has 200 of these state-of-the-art devices deployed nationwide. He says they have never failed. Never failed.
I can tell you it works 100%. There's not case after case, and studies have done to show the technology works as a deterrent, but it also is able to detect anything the student has on them. So what we need to do is just go ahead and make sure that it passes so that these school districts are able to afford to acquire the technology.
We will be following this bill closely. The entire state is talking about metal detectors in schools right now. I'm Dennis Ferrier, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Fox 17 News tracking issues surrounding school safety for years now, from the push for metal detectors to ballistic film. You can see all of our reporting at fox17.com. Just search school security.
All right, let's talk about the weather after some really cold days. Today was nice. I refer to it as car wash day.
Yeah, it is a good car wash day. It was sunny out there. Still below average for this time of year. But, you know, it's all relative when we've been as cold as we have. We take a look at tomorrow. We are chilly again. Temperatures will drop back into those mid-30s, but warming up as we head into the weekend. We should be looking at 50 for Saturday and looking a little cooler for Sunday here, with the potential for some light rain showers around the area. Maybe a few snowflakes mixed in. Jury's still out on that. And right now I wouldn't expect much impact from it, but it's something that I'm watching. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit here. So that would be our next shower chance, still looking mainly at rain for Sunday into Monday. Tracking the cold the next 3 days, you can see as we get into Friday, we've got this trough that will dig in. This will allow cooler air to move into Tennessee, but quickly will exit here. So the jet stream sort of flattens out. You can see where it's more west to east movement. So we'll be looking at more mild air to move in by the weekend. Friday, right around 28 degrees. We're looking at a mainly sunny to partly cloudy sky. A few clouds possible in the morning. I think we do see a little more sunshine throughout the day, with temperatures topping off in the mid-30s. Now, for perspective, the average high this time of year is around 49 degrees, and we have not seen that very often for the month. High temperatures area-wide should be in the mid-30s here in Nashville to Murfreesboro, Tullahoma, Columbia, and Dickson. A little colder up towards the Tennessee and Kentucky border. Maybe not even making it to the freezing mark for the afternoon. Rain chances pretty small for now. Even if we do end up with some rain, it's going to be pretty light rain. We're not expecting a big rainmaker for us for Sunday and Monday, and then even into Wednesday of next week. So let's walk you through the overnight here. Future track does continue to show those clouds hanging around. This would be where we have a few of those flurries flying, but again, will not be an impact for us by tomorrow morning. Future track does clear those clouds out as we head into the afternoon on Friday, and then Friday night into Saturday morning. We're looking at another cold start to the day, but will quickly warm as we head more into the afternoon. So overnight, right around 21 here in Nashville, a cold evening with a few clouds hanging around and perhaps even a few flurries. Temperature only at 36 for tomorrow with a partly cloudy sky for much of the afternoon. We will talk more about how cold it has been for this January so far and the potential for maybe a little bit of snow mixing in with the rain for Sunday into Monday, the likelihood of that happening, and if we'd see any impact. That all coming up.
American cities facing a new reality with large-scale arrests of undocumented migrants. I'm Christine Frizzau in Washington with the latest.
And not setting by how people in Los Angeles are now helping to protect their own homes from wildfires like this.
New tonight, President Trump ordering 1,500 U.S. troops and additional assets to the southern border.
This effort is to round up illegal migrants who are accused of crimes. That's already underway. Fox 17 News' Christine Frizzau has the latest on that. And you can let us know what you think by scanning the QR code that will appear shortly on your screen.
It's an episode playing out on repeat in cities across America. This man arrested just outside of Boston. Fox News capturing these arrests also in Boston, which they say include MS-13 gang members and rape and murder suspects.
Jails and mental institutions from other countries and gang members right off the streets of the toughest cities in the world are being brought to the United States of America and emptied out into our country.
Donald Trump's Department of Homeland Security just granting new authorities to the Drug Enforcement Administration, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the U.S. Marshals Service to assist with immigration enforcement, as his executive orders have declared schools, hospitals, and churches are no longer off limits, with mixed messages coming from community leaders.
So whether it's a school, a church, a hospital, they need a warrant. And if they don't have it, they don't get in.
Supporters of President Trump's mass deportation plan celebrating the operations already being carried out.
He wants to rid our cities and our country of people who are members of the drug cartels, sex traffickers, gang members, criminals who have been wreaking havoc in cities like mine.
Her city of New York, as well as Boston, Philadelphia, Denver, Miami, and Washington, D.C., all sanctuary cities, among the cities targeted first, with nearly 500 arrests made, as some question the strategy.
Why is it not Tennessee? Why not Georgia? Why not Florida? Those where a large population of undocumented immigrants are, easy to find at these plants. So it's more of a political agenda than it is really that about sort of following out and carrying the law.
As these operations unfold in cities, the southern border itself is preparing for a flood of U.S. troops. 1,500 already ordered there, another 10,000 told to plan for the same. A mission involving blocking entry to migrants on the grounds they pass through countries where communicable diseases are present. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzau.
During that story, we had a QR code linked up to this poll asking the question, do you favor deporting foreign students who support America's enemies? The results here on your screen, 850 people voting, 92.7% say yes, 7.3% say no. Thanks for voting.
Update now on the California wildfires as homeowners there are now working side by side with firefighters to keep the latest wildfire in LA from destroying their homes.
I'm going to stay. I'm not going nowhere.
Okay, just
this is all I got. When the flames come over here, I'll get out of here.
Fast-moving Hughes fire triggered evacuation orders or warnings for more than 50,000 people. The dry conditions there combined with high winds are creating, as you can see, a very dangerous situation.
Ashes are falling everywhere. My neighbors, they got the sprinklers going on. We water down the house. Want to make sure the family's good right now.
California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a relief package today that will give Los Angeles $2.5 billion to help fund recovery efforts.
A place of healing, the show of support for those impacted by the deadly Antioch High School shooting.
And lending a helping hand, the role the FBI and the ATF are playing in the investigation of the Antioch High School shooting.
Continuing coverage as a memorial is growing outside of Antioch High School. Balloons and flowers, teddy bears and posters saying Antioch Strong. This is right outside the high school. And we saw Jordan Hebert dropping off flowers today. He lived in Antioch for 8 years. He has no direct connection to the school, but simply felt the need to pay his respects as being part of that community.
Sadness and frustration is man. Yeah, I don't know how to put it into words if we're being totally honest. It's just, we've become numb to it, and it's like it happens every other day or something like that.
Well, Hebert says that he wanted things to change after what happened at Covenant and wants kids to be able to come home from school every day.
Our coverage of the deadly Antioch High School shooting continues now as we peel back the layers on the investigation. Metro Police, the lead agency, but several federal agencies are also assisting, including the FBI and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, the ATF. Joining us now with some insights into the Fed's involvement is retired FBI Special Agent Scott Augenbaum. Scott, how do the Feds figure into this investigation?
Well, first of all, my heart dropped today when I saw that there was another shooting. The FBI gets involved because we are the invited guest of Metro Police Department, and we're able to bring a lot of resources to the table, such as victim witness specialist. There's also a lot of data evidence. There's a lot of things that are living on social media. So the FBI has these resources to come in and assist.
I believe the FBI also has a role in sort of monitoring online threats, and sometimes you guys are able to warn local police that you've seen something. How does that work?
Well, a lot of times people are going to call in. They're going to say, we saw something on social media, and the FBI will get involved when there's actually a threat to human life and it's not a First Amendment right, and that gets really challenging. So my advice is don't even kid around about any of this stuff, because everyone is hyper-focused and hypersensitive, especially law enforcement.
For sure. There have been a couple of cases in other states where parents have been charged in connection with crimes committed by their children. How are parents charged in these cases?
That becomes, in my opinion, very, very challenging. Did the parent know about it? Does the child suffer from some kind of mental illness? Did the child get access to handguns that were owned by the parent? Did the parents lock the guns up? It becomes a very, very tricky situation here. And my heart goes out for the parents, too. I mean, nobody wants to see this happen to their kid.
Sure. And parting shot, I know you wanted to offer some advice to all of us for safety when we're in public.
Yeah, the one thing that the FBI teaches is run, hide, and fight. We need to run away from the situation, but we have to know where to run to. So whenever you go out to eat, you're in a movie theater, you're at a concert venue, stop, take a breath, know where the exits are. If something happens, train yourself to leave, know where it is. If not, hide and last resort fight. There's a lot of resources online, and talk to your children about this.
Great advice. Retired FBI Special Agent Scott Augenbaum, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Fox 17 has also been talking with mental health professionals locally about how you can help your children cope with deadly shootings just like this and how to talk to them. You can see that interview on the Fox Nashville YouTube channel. When you get there, just click on videos.
New tonight, a judge paused President Trump's executive order changing birthright citizenship. The judge called the plan unconstitutional.
Obviously, we'll appeal it.
Attorneys general from 22 states are suing to block the order. It would end automatic citizenship for children born in America to undocumented immigrants or those allowed in the country temporarily.
I'd like to remind Donald Trump that the United States became the most powerful, most prosperous nation on earth, not in spite of immigrants, but because of them.
House Republicans are now entering the fight, introducing a bill similar to the president's order. They hope the issue reaches the Supreme Court, made up of a conservative majority.
Well, let's talk about the weekend here as we approach it rapidly. We're looking at warmer weather as we head into Sunday. Finally warming things up, especially for Saturday. Sunday right now, looking at temperatures in the upper 40s. But could hold in those lower 40s as we go through the afternoon and evening with more clouds building in. And as of right now, it looks like some light showers could be possible as we head through Sunday night into early Monday morning. We switch gears here because I was just thinking about how we're sort of in that dead of winter right now, but we are gaining daylight each day, and we have been doing so since mid-December. So we take a look at how much daylight we had today. 10 hours and 10 minutes, our sunrise and our sunset here in these categories. 4 weeks from today, February 20th, we are at 11 hours and 5 minutes of daylight. Then we're springing forward on March 9th. That'll be daylight saving time. And then as we head into April, first week of April here, 10 weeks from today, 12 hours, 41 minutes of daylight. So keep that in mind. Although we may be in the cold of winter, we are gaining daylight with each and every day. We'll talk more about these light rain showers and perhaps maybe some light snow mixed in, timing it out for in your Fox 17 Code Red forecast.
Titans' new GM is here. Now all he has to do is find a quarterback. More on that coming up next in sports.
Also ahead, driving while stoned, the increasing highway dangers caused by legalized marijuana.
Friday on Fox 17 News this morning, we'll be tracking the latest updates after the deadly shooting at Antioch High School. We'll see you beginning at 4 a.m.
Mike Borgonzi now full speed ahead as the Titans' new general manager. And easily the biggest question he has to answer this offseason is what will the team do at the quarterback position? Borgonzi is headed to the East-West Shrine Bowl this weekend where a couple top QBs will be playing. However, he made it very clear in his introductory press conference that when it comes to that position, nothing is off the table.
We're keeping an open mind on this, but the quarterback is the most important position arguably in sports. So you have to solidify the quarterback position. So we're going to turn over every rock, whether that's free agency draft or, we have quarterbacks on the roster here. We're going to give him every opportunity to play. But we're going to attack this thing. We're going to be relentless attacking this until we find the answer.
President of Football Operations Chad Brinker agreed with Borgonzi on keeping all options, except Brinker went on to say a little more, including the fact that the team can't pass up on a big-time talent.
The one thing I will say, if there's a generational talent, you don't pass that up. You can't pass that up. And if we feel that there's a generational talent right there, what we call a blue player, a guy that is a franchise-type player, the player that tips the field in your favor every time they step on the field, you cannot pass that up.
We don't know if that's exactly who Brinker was referencing when he said the Titans won't pass on a generational talent. But here's what's interesting. Since Brinker made that comment yesterday, Hunter's odds to be the #1 selection in the draft went up. According to ESPN Bet, Hunter started the day 15-1 to be the first pick, now moved up +150. Now, important to keep in mind, Cam Ward still remains the favorite at -105. So he is the favorite right now to be that #1 pick, but still something to keep an eye on leading up to the NFL draft the next couple months. Now, today, the NFL announced its 5 finalists for the 2024 MVP. Bills quarterback Josh Allen, Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, Lions quarterback Jared Goff, and Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, all finalists for the prestigious award. The winners will be announced at the NFL Honors on February 6th. And don't forget, after this weekend, all that's left, Super Bowl Sunday. And you can watch the big game right here on Fox 17, February 9th. Jill Jelnick, Fox 17 Sports, your Code Red station.
Live look from our Springfield camera here. We will talk more about what we could expect as we head into the weekend as far as our shower chances are concerned.
I'm correspondent Angie Moreski. Half of U.S. states have now legalized the recreational use of marijuana. Spotlight on America investigates the impact on road safety.
The increase in the legal use of marijuana and recreational marijuana is making it tougher for police to keep impaired drivers off the road.
While it remains illegal here in Tennessee, Spotlight on America's Angie Moreski investigates whether legalizing marijuana is leading to increasing issues nationwide.
Where were you coming from, sir?
After being pulled over for suspected drunk driving,
9 steps forward, series of small steps, 9 back.
field sobriety tests like this
1, 2.
often show suspects having difficulty
8, 9. Oh, careful.
walking a straight line. By comparison,
8, 9.
detecting marijuana impairment, as suspected in this case, is more subtle, but law enforcement says not to be ignored.
Marijuana impairs you, I won't say just like alcohol, but it impairs you as much as alcohol.
Tim Cornelius is state coordinator for the Florida Drug Evaluation and Classification Program, part of the Institute for Police Technology and Management, which trains law enforcement across the country.
Are you okay to continue?
Yes.
Cornelius says drivers suspected of marijuana impairment
You're going to be under arrest for driving under the influence.
often falsely believe cannabis doesn't impact driving.
I smoke it, but I'm okay to drive. That's a perception that we hear all the time. You get behind the wheel of a car and you could have the exact same disastrous effects that you would have from alcohol.
An analysis of studies by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety found, on average, a nearly 6% increase in injury crashes and a 4% increase in fatal crashes in states after legalizing recreational marijuana. Does marijuana use cause impairment when you're driving?
Absolutely, it does.
Enter drug recognition experts, or DREs, like Pinellas County, Florida Sheriff's Lieutenant Mark Easty, trained to detect signs of marijuana impairment on the roads. What exactly are you looking for?
With marijuana, believe it or not, it's going to be speeding, weaving within their lane.
Studies show marijuana impairs driving by slowing reaction time, affecting ability to pay attention, and impacting memory. And for drivers who combine both alcohol and marijuana, as is suspected in this wrong-way crash in St. Petersburg, Florida this January, studies show impairment is even worse.
And blow.
But it's harder to prove marijuana impairment versus alcohol, where you can use a legally accepted breathalyzer test.
This is just a sterile urine cup.
A urine sample helps, but doesn't prove recent cannabis use, and getting blood often requires a warrant.
These are general indicators.
So DREs are trained to use a 12-step process to evaluate for signs of marijuana impairment.
So we take their blood pressure, their pulse rate, we check their eyes.
Physiological responses like lower blood pressure and eye tremors are indicators of cannabis use that cannot be controlled, so documenting them is key to making a case that holds up in court. Boy, this is really tricky, isn't it?
It is.
What is your biggest concern right now about cannabis use?
If you're going to use it, just do not drive.
For Spotlight on America, I'm Angie Moreski.
All right, I can't believe I'm saying this. Possibility of flurries.
Yes, tonight. Maybe a few here and there.
Send them back to Florida.
I know. Isn't that kind of fun to say?
Yeah.
Something you don't get to say very often.
Probably never again.
Probably never again. Yes, the potential for a few flurries will be around as we head through the overnight. In fact, we'll take a look at the radar real quickly here. And the radar looks, I think, a little more active than what we're probably seeing on the ground. A lot of these are probably dancing just above our heads at the moment. So we'll keep an eye out, though. And I would love any reports. If you are seeing flurries outside your window, just let me know, and that'll greatly help as far as ground reports go. Back here in Broadway, things again pretty quiet this evening, nothing falling. Speaking of snow, though, thought we would take a quick trip down memory lane. Do you remember? On this date, well, it was yesterday and today, the 22nd, 23rd snow in Nashville. 9 years ago in 2016, we had 8 inches of snow late on the 22nd and into January 23rd. It was a big one back in 2016. Again, 8 inches. The ground. Let's head back to 2025, and for the month of January, so far it has been a cold month for us. I went back and looked at our temperatures for the day, the high temperature, and compared it to our average, which is about 49 for the first half of the month. These are all the days that we have been below average in blue and above average in orange. We have averaged almost 70%. 69%, rounding up to 70% of our days below average, and a lot of these have been well below average. We're going to add another one for tomorrow, but beyond that, I think most of the days, with the exception of maybe one, or two, will be all orange here as we round out the rest of the month, as we're looking at temperatures to climb back into those 50s. Tomorrow morning, we're right around 23, and we'll climb to about 27 by 9, keeping skies partly to mostly cloudy for much of the day. All right, our next rain chance here, it's really not too impressive. Showers will be possible for Sunday and Monday. That's the way it's looking right now. Light showers up to maybe 1/10 of an inch. Some models are hinting at the potential for some snow showers, maybe mixing in east of I-65 and north of I-40. One of those is our in-house model here, and I really kind of question whether or not I should show this just yet, because it will change between now and even tomorrow morning. But this is the latest from our in-house model, and it's a little more bullish on our winter precip chances. So this is Sunday morning, maybe a brief mix for the early morning hours here. Not expecting much impact, but may see a little bit of rain snow mix here. Not going to find too much in the way of precipitation through Sunday afternoon, but we get into the evening hours. Notice temperatures hovering in those 40s. This is where we're looking at maybe a little bit of light snow showers mixing in with some rain. This would be after midnight into early Monday morning. And notice temperatures right at that freezing mark. So we could see maybe perhaps a light dusting of snow on the plateau, I would say, as of right now. But jury's still out on that, and models aren't in great agreement. In fact, one of our more trusted models, the European model, is not showing any precipitation. So for now, we're going to keep it a small chance of rain, maybe a few snowflakes mixed in, and we'll continue to iron out those details as we get a little closer to the date.
Just ahead, an ode to a popular breakfast treat, the new ice cream flavor out from Bluebell.
And a hidden danger, how to reduce the risk caused by extra sugar in your diet. This week on Full Measure, revisiting the U.S.-Mexico border, where the construction of the southern border wall was halted by former President Biden. Now President Trump pledges to expand it.
Look at the money sitting here.
So you think they'll use this now?
Yes. Yep. There's no reason not to. This was all under, this has been sitting here since Trump left office the first time.
The border crisis and the future of illegal immigration this week on Full Measure, Sunday morning at 7:30 right here on Fox 17.
Tonight, and get this, a new flavor from one of America's premium ice cream brands hit stores today. It's from Bluebell. It's called Strawberry Toaster Pastry. And man, from a distance, it looks good. Creamy vanilla ice cream. Strawberry pastry pieces in there, colorful sprinkles on top with swirls of strawberry and a little bit of white icing. Sounds good to me. Bluebell offering this treat for sale by the pint for a limited time.
Added sugar, the damage it can do, and an easy way to put a dent in your sugar intake.
In health news tonight, a new focus on added sugars in the foods and the drinks we consume.
Well, doctors say all that extra sweetness really puts your health at risk. In the U.S., adults and young adults ingest about 17 teaspoons of added sugar on the average day. That's more than 2 to 3 times the recommended daily allowance.
Now, all the extra calories really can take a toll on your health, but there is a very simple way to reduce your risk.
It's no surprise that the American Heart Association recommends water as the best thing to drink throughout the day.
The Heart Association also suggests checking nutrition labels because food manufacturers are now required to list just how much added sugar is in their products.